Hi, English learners, and welcome back to Daily English Buddy. I am Justine.
And I am Alex, and today we are talking about one of the most fun things you can do on a weekend.
Exactly. We're talking about going to the cinema, or as Americans call it, the movie theater.
It is supposed to be a relaxing, entertaining experience. You walk in, you smell the fresh popcorn, you sit in the dark, and you watch a great film.
It is supposed to be relaxing, but for an English learner, it can actually be very intimidating. The cashiers speak very fast, the lines are long, and the vocabulary is unique.
That is so true. Buying tickets, finding your specific seat, and talking about the movie requires a whole new set of vocabulary.
And if you don't know that specific English vocabulary, your fun weekend can turn into a very expensive, awkward disaster.
But do not worry, we are going to teach you everything you need to know today. Before we start, please remember to grab today's free PDF study guide.
The link is in the description box below the video. The PDF has all the cinema vocabulary, the differences between UK and US movie words, and a cheat sheet for buying tickets.
You definitely need that PDF. Because Justine, I think we both know that going to the cinema can go terribly wrong.
Yes, we do. Because, Alex, if I remember correctly, you had a completely humiliating experience at a cinema in London.
Oh, please don't remind me. It was one of the worst dates of my entire life.
I absolutely have to remind you. Our listeners need to learn from your terrible mistakes. Tell us the story.
Fine. It was my third month living in London. I finally asked this beautiful girl to go on a date with me. I wanted everything to be perfect.
Okay, that sounds like a great start. You wanted to impress her and look like a confident guy.
I really did. I even wore a nice jacket. I took her to the massive cinema in Leicester Square. I wanted to see the big new action thriller.
That cinema is huge. It has multiple floors. Did you get lost?
We almost did. We had to take 2 escalators just to find the ticket office. I was already sweating a little bit.
Oh, wow. So you finally walked up to the ticket counter. There are always a million people there. What happened?
Well, I confidently walked up to the glass and asked the cashier for 2 tickets for the 8 o'clock showing.
That is a great word, the showing. It means the specific time the movie starts playing.
Right, but the cashier looked at her computer screen, shook her head, and said, "I am so sorry, sir. That showing is completely sold out."
Oh no, sold out. That means there are 0 tickets left. Every single seat in the room is taken.
Well, I didn't know that. In my B1 language brain, I heard the word sold, and I thought it meant a sale, like a big discount at a clothing store.
You thought sold out meant the tickets were cheap?
Yes, I wanted to look like a smart shopper for my date. So I smiled at the cashier, pulled out my wallet, and said, "Perfect, I love a bargain. Give me 2 sold-out tickets."
Oh my goodness. What did the cashier say when you said that?
She looked at me like I was a complete idiot. She said very slowly, "Sir, sold out means there is no room. You cannot go inside."
Your poor date. She was standing right next to you. She must have been so confused.
She was just staring at her shoes. So we had to pick a completely different movie. The only thing available was a romantic comedy, a rom-com.
Rom-coms are great for dates anyway. So you bought tickets for that one instead?
Yes, but then the cashier asked me where we wanted to sit. She pointed at the computer map and asked, "Do you want the front row or the back row?"
Ah, the row is the horizontal line of seats, like row A, row B, row C. Where did you choose?
Well, I thought front row meant VIP, like the first class seats on an airplane or the front row at a famous fashion show. the best, most expensive seats.
No! Alex, the front row at a cinema is the absolute worst place to sit in the entire building. You are sitting 2 feet away from a giant screen.
I know that now, but I confidently told the cashier, "We will take the front row, please. Only the best for my date."
You tried to sound so cool, but you bought the worst seats possible.
It gets worse. We walked into the dark theater. We sat down in the very first row. We had to bend our necks completely backwards just to see the actors' faces. The speakers were so loud the floor was shaking.
Your neck must have been in so much pain after 10 minutes.
It was agony. I couldn't even read the text on the screen. But the true disaster happened about 20 minutes into the movie. I went to the lobby to buy some snacks.
Okay, buying popcorn at the snack stand is pretty simple. How did you ruin that part?
I asked for a large popcorn, but the worker asked if I wanted it sweet or salty.
Oh, that is a very common question in the UK. You have to choose your flavor.
Well, I panicked and said both. They gave me a mix of sweet and salty popcorn in the exact same bag. It tasted so weird.
Mixing sweet and salty is actually very popular there. But I guess you didn't expect it.
No, I didn't. But while I was standing in line waiting for my weird popcorn, I overheard 2 people talking behind me. They had just finished watching the exact same movie we were watching.
Oh no, they were talking about the ending of the film loudly in the lobby.
Exactly. I heard the huge twist ending. I heard the big secret of the movie.
You heard a spoiler. A spoiler is when someone tells you the ending and completely ruins the surprise.
Right. But I didn't know the word spoiler. I didn't even realize they were talking about the movie. I thought it was just interesting news about real people. So I bought my popcorn and walked back into the dark theater.
Alex, please tell me you didn't.
I sat down next to my date in the front row, and in a very loud whisper, I said, "Hey, I just heard the craziest gossip. The main character's best friend is actually the secret villain."
You spoiled the movie for her while you were watching it together.
I thought we were sharing gossip about real people. She turned to me, completely furious, and whispered, "Why would you give me a spoiler?"
Oh my goodness. And what did you say to that?
I didn't know what a spoiler was. I thought a spoiler was a piece of metal on the back of a fast sports car. So I whispered back, "I don't have a car."
This is incredible. Front row seats, sold out tickets, weird popcorn, and screaming about sports cars during a romantic comedy.
Yes. She never went on a second date with me. Actually, she left the cinema before the movie was even finished.
She left early? Oh, Alex, I am so sorry, but that is hilarious.
It is funny now, but it was terrible then. So please, let's switch to teacher mode. I want to save our listeners from this terrible humiliation.
I completely agree. Let's start with your first big mistake, the ticket counter.
Right. If a movie or a concert is sold out, it is not a discount. It means 0 tickets are left. The room is completely full.
If you want a cheaper ticket, you should ask for a discount or a student ticket. Never ask for a sold-out ticket.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about the seating. The horizontal lines of seats in the room are called rows.
The front row is terrible. It is closest to the screen. You usually want to ask for a seat in the middle row or the back row for the best view.
And what about the walking path between the seats? That is a very important word.
Ah, that is the aisle. The letter S in the middle of the word is completely silent. You just say it like aisle.
Yes. If you need to go to the bathroom a lot during the movie, you should ask the cashier for an aisle seat. It makes it easy to stand up and leave without climbing over people.
That is a great tip. Now, what about the movie language? This is huge for international learners traveling abroad.
Yes. If you are watching an English movie, but there is translated text at the bottom of the screen in your language, those are called subtitles.
Subtitles are great for learning English. You can hear the real actors, but read the translation to help you understand.
But if they erase the original English voices and use local voice actors instead, the movie is dubbed.
Exactly. Some countries prefer subtitles, and some countries prefer dubbed movies. You must check before you buy the ticket.
Yes, or you will sit down and wonder why a famous Hollywood actor is speaking fluent German.
Very true. Now let's talk about the categories of movies, the different styles.
The category is called the genre. For example, action, horror, science fiction, or rom-com.
Right. Rom-com is short for romantic comedy. They are funny movies about love.
Let's also mention horror movies. Those are scary movies with monsters or ghosts.
Oh, I hate horror movies. I always cover my eyes. I much prefer science fiction or sci-fi.
Sci-fi is great. Aliens, spaceships, the future. Okay, let's talk about your final, most embarrassing mistake, the spoiler.
A spoiler is when you reveal the secret ending of a movie, book, or television show and ruin the surprise for someone else.
If your friend is watching a new show, you should ask, "Are you caught up? I don't want to give you any spoilers."
Right. And this is totally different from a trailer. A trailer is the short, 2-minute advertisement for a movie before it comes out in theaters.
Exactly. You watch the trailer to see if you like the movie, but you try to avoid spoilers on the internet.
This is fantastic vocabulary. You know what we need to do? A quick mini role play.
Oh, I love the role plays. Who am I this time?
You are the customer. I am the cinema cashier. Let me see if you can buy a ticket correctly now without ruining a date.
I am ready. Starting now. Hello, welcome to the cinema. What film would you like to see today?
Wait, I am the cashier. You are the customer.
Oh, right. Let me restart. Hi, I would like 2 tickets for the new action thriller, please.
Great. Which showing? We have one at 7 o'clock and one at 9.
The 7 o'clock showing, please. Is it subtitled or dubbed?
It is in the original English with Spanish subtitles.
Perfect. Can we get seats in the middle row, please? And 1 aisle seat if possible.
I have 2 seats right in the middle next to the aisle. Enjoy the film and no spoilers.
And scene. That was beautiful. A perfect movie experience.
You have definitely improved since your terrible London date, Alex.
I have. And now it is time for the Buddy Rapid Fire Quiz. Listeners, play along with us and test your new vocabulary.
I am ready. Give me the questions.
Question 1. What do you call it when there are absolutely 0 tickets left for a movie?
The movie is sold out.
Correct. Okay, question 2. What do you call the walking path between the seats in the theater?
That is the aisle. And remember, no S sound.
Spot on. Question 3. If you read the translation text at the bottom of the screen, what are those called?
Those are subtitles.
Yes. Question 4. What is the short video advertisement you watch before a movie comes out?
That is the trailer.
Perfect. Final question. What do you call it when someone ruins the surprise ending of a film for you?
That is a spoiler.
You aced it. A perfect score. You have successfully passed your daily English Buddy cinema test.
Thank goodness. And if our listeners want to feel confident at the movies and ace their own tests, do not forget to download the free PDF study guide for this episode.
Yes, please grab the PDF. The link is right there in the description box below the video. It has all the movie vocabulary and phrasal verbs clearly explained.
And before you go today, head down to the comment section and answer our question of the day. What is the best movie you have watched recently?
Let us know in the comments. Tell us your favorite films, but please, no spoilers. Remember to subscribe to the channel for daily English lessons, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us on Daily English Buddy. Enjoy your popcorn, avoid the front row, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.